Sistahvegan Breeze Hopper, and we are at Zion National Park right now in Utah. Spent the last week in Utah so far. It's awesome. Hitting all of the national parks, and so far it's very sad, but I have not seen like any black people. I think I've seen maybe 2. I know it's Utah, but I can understand if it were like rural areas where people lived and it wasn't a national park, but we went to 4 or 5 national parks now, and I have seen only 2 black people. Lots and lots of white folk, a few Chinese folk, but largely, yeah, just white folk, I guess. And it's kind of depressing because it's really beautiful out here. I know there's reasons why people may choose not to go to national parks, but it is quite unsettling whenever I go to national parks. It seems like I can barely count the amount of black people I see on one hand. It's just beautiful. I mean, come on. You know? I know there's been some history of black people equating nature or natural sites where like the KKK live, but a national park, it's a national park. It's a very different environment. And you'll probably more likely die from other things in life than going to a national park. So, you know, I just wanted to, as an enthusiast of nature, just kind of share this with everybody and what we've been doing. I mean, look at this. Gorgeous. Zion National Park. And there's the little girl. Yeah. It's been quite an adventure. I flew in from Denver, Colorado. I'm sorry, I flew into Denver, Colorado to give the Brown Sugar Youth Festival talk. And it was put together by DJ Kavem Motivation and his wife, Nayambe. And they do hip-hop, wellness, pro-vegan, eco-sustainable. So I did my talk there. And now I'm just driving back from Colorado to the San Francisco area where I live. And we're just hitting the national parks on the way. And just look at that. It's beautiful. So Utah is definitely gorgeous. Yeah, there's a lot of Mormon folk here. A lot of Mormon churches I saw. So this is Mitt Romney's state, you know. I haven't felt too isolated being here, even though I haven't really seen like any black people. It seems like the people that come here as tourists are here to really enjoy nature, and you know, they don't seem to care too much about the different types of people that they do see. It seems like everyone has this sense of, I don't know what it is, we all kind of understand and appreciate nature together, and that's kind of our bonding point. We all can start talking and stuff. Granted, we all don't agree with, you know, each other on politics and society, but you know, it's nice to have open-minded conversations with people. We went to a bed and breakfast, stayed overnight, and the couple that runs it, they're like incredibly liberal, and they said it's a little frustrated living in Utah with this bed and breakfast because everyone around them seems to be really close. So that's good. Well, that's what it is. So I'm hoping to see more and more black folk out in national parks. Our adventure ends today, but maybe there'll be more, you know, when we go out. There's more in Yosemite, definitely. But it could just be that it's Utah, and Utah has a bad rep for being kind of white conservative and maybe a little backwards and redneck. So might not make black people feel comfortable coming out here. So I get that. I totally get it. But you know, I did not feel uncomfortable, and I just felt a little sad that we still live in 2012, that people have this consciousness, you know, black people have to think about where they travel and where they want to travel, and there's these histories of racialized violence. So